And I'm leaning on this broken fence between past and present tense. And I'm losing all those stupid games that I swore I'd never play. But it almost feels okay.
Microphone time.
Yeah, there is a microphone here. That means we must be here for another episode of American Brews and Tunes. Here's a theme song, you know it's not a mean song. It's a good song, just as it should song. American Brews and Tunes. Shibbity beeby dow! Wow. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 23 of American Brews and Tunes. My name is Steven Johnston.
And my name is Jesse Titus.
Correct you are. And for all of you who know what this show is, great.
Thank you for tuning in again.
For everybody else, this is a no-nonsense show.
Exactly.
This is a show where we talk about only the good stuff. Beer and music.
Which is literally the only two great things.
Yeah, everything else is not great. It's just not.
Fact.
It is fact, yes.
100% fact.
So every week, every other week I should say, we are
every
a
other
bi-weekly podcast. Every other week we come together and talk about music and beer. I recommend a punk rock-ish album for Jesse to listen to. And he recommends a folk, indie, something else.
Indie, alternative
album for me
whatever
to listen
else.
to. And so we come back and review those albums, all while trying brand new beers.
Why is that? How is that not good, right?
It's not good. It's great.
Exactly.
It's a recipe for success. From Chef Steven.
From Chef Steven.
Yeah, I got it. So for those of you who listened in last episode, you already know what we've been listening to.
Yep.
For everyone else, I guess we should let you know.
Why not? You know what? 2 weeks ago, you recommended me the album called Green Star.
Green Star?
Green Star. Green Star. It's actually just one Green Star, but
just Green Star
you'll
once.
understand in a second, everybody. By the band, all capitals, Pears.
Pears.
The title, their name is in all capitals.
Is it?
It's not called all capitals Pears.
Yeah, it's just Pears.
Yeah.
But they have it in capital letters.
Yeah, it's in all capitals.
Yeah.
Capital letters, that is. Not in, well, I guess maybe they're in all the capitals of the states.
Now that we've had a fun discussion about capitals, which I don't know probably 90% of the capitals in the U.S.
No, yeah, you're really bad at geography.
I know Pennsylvania's is Harrisburg.
It's not Pittsburgh.
The other burg in Pennsylvania.
Tennessee's, right?
I'm assuming it's Nashville.
I think so.
Been living here for a while and I don't really know.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't even know what Minnesota's is.
St. Paul.
Oh, you learn something new every day.
Yes, you
Wow. I guess that would explain why the Capitol building is in Nashville.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Obviously.
So Jesse's been listening to Green Star by Pears, and I've been listening to In the Aeroplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel. And it's not airplane, it's Aeroplane.
Aeroplane, as the French say.
As the French and Neutral Milk Hotel say.
Yes.
And I believe they're from somewhere in Louisiana, so maybe there's a little bit of French influence in there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Pears is from New Orleans, so Louisiana.
Oh, really?
It's Louisiana week, if you ask me. Is New Orleans the capital of Louisiana?
No, it's either that or Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge?
Yeah.
Is that how they, Baton Rouge?
Yes, they pronounce it Baton Rouge.
Rouge. Baton Rouge.
And I don't know what baton means, but
Rouge. The Battle of Baton Rouge.
Rouge is red, I believe.
Yeah.
All Francais.
Isn't there a movie that's got Moulin Rouge?
Moulin Rouge, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like, you ever seen the movie Mulan?
Yeah.
It's like that, but
it's like
they put a red lens over the camera. No, I'm kidding. That's not what it is.
Completely different.
Yeah, those are very different.
But Disney, if you want to, get on that,
yeah,
that'd be kind of nice.
You ever see Mulan 2?
Maybe like one time.
I don't remember much of it, but I do remember that I think it tainted the first Mulan for me a little bit.
Yeah, the
I
first
just-
one is probably a lot
Kinda
better.
Did you ever see Pocahontas too?
No, well, I probably did, but I don't remember it.
I believe she goes to England. It's weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not right.
That's kind of it's
Odd.
strange.
Yeah. Maybe I'll revisit those movies, but we regress too much right there.
That's all right.
We'll come back to our music reviews, but in the meantime, let us talk about our brews, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
This week, both Jesse and I are drinking IPAs of sorts, and they're both in pint-sized cans.
Yes,
Can you believe that?
and they're like the same thing too. Not the same
They're
beer,
definitely not the same thing,
but
but
the
they're
same
style.
can, same can, and like there's just like a sticker over the can.
Yeah.
I've been
They're the
noticing
same
that
style of IPA also, I believe.
double IPA.
Well, mine's not double, but it's a New England style IPA, and I believe
Oh
yours is as well.
yeah, it is.
This week I'm having a beer from 450 North Brewing Company, which I think I've had some other stuff from them, but I'm not too familiar with the brewery. They're from Columbus, Indiana. Go figure. But the beer is called Piece Nugget New England style IPA.
6-piece nugget.
And on the can, there's this little, looks like a takeout container of chicken nuggets, and one's got what I would assume is barbecue sauce on it.
It looks like some Barabbas Q.
Yeah, little known fact, barbecue is everyone's favorite sauce, but it was originally called Barabbas Q.
Yep, from the guy who invented it.
Yeah,
His name was William H. Barabbas.
yes.
And so he said, you know
They're
what?
like, take the sauce. We want Barabbas.
And he was like, wow, why are they choosing me over sauce? I should make a sauce.
Yeah, so he made Barabbas Q sauce.
Yep, because
he's like, try my Barabbas Q sauce, and they're like, what, barbecue sauce? He's like, no, that's not what it's called. But it was too late.
it was too late. The legend was born, and now we are propagating his legend.
Yes.
Is that the right word? Propagating?
I really don't know, but it sounds correct, so I'm gonna go with it.
We're continuing to speak of his legend.
So that's the brew I'm gonna be having. What are you having this week?
Attention, please! I'm going to tell you the name of my beer now.
Okay.
Attention, please!
Yes, that is the name of your beer.
Yep.
Jesse was playing a great joke on everyone.
Yeah.
The beer is actually called Attention Please.
It probably fooled everybody.
What brewery is it?
It's from Bearded Iris Brewing from right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Nashville breweries. Actually, they're so good.
They're fantastic.
They make a lot of hazy IPAs, which are
Perfect.
a lot different than the West Coast style, which are a little bit more piney
Yes.
and resinous and
Yeah, these ones are just kind of juicy and sweet and thick.
citrusy and delicious. So what say you?
I say.
What say you? I
What say you, Barabbas Q?
I say let them eat chicken nuggets. I'm having this beer.
Let them drink beer.
Let them drink beer. All right.
Let them drink beer instead.
Let us crack these cans,
All
shall
right.
we? We
Yep.
shall.
We shall.
Oh, mine had a weird. Mine's foaming a little bit.
Oh my gosh, this smells so good.
Mine smells like pineapple.
I wish that we could have some type of thing that would translate smell through this microphone into your ears.
Would that? I was gonna say it'd be like 4D, but they don't actually have the visual dimension, so it would
That'd
technically
be like 6D.
They have from the podcast. There's only the dimension of sound. Am I correct? So it would make 2D listening.
Well, I don't. Oh, so you're saying
Right?
it's just one dimensional, right at the moment?
Yeah, my beer is foamy. It's really hard to pour.
Yeah, it really is.
I've probably poured about
Maybe
half
like
an inch
2 sips worth.
into the glass, but the foam came up maybe like 2 inches. So I'm gonna let this cool off a little bit. Let it run its course. Let it do its thing.
Let it slide.
Yeah, I'll let it slide, and I'm gonna try and pour slowly just to get rid of this little bubble action. And you
no
can
one
pour
wants
yours.
no one wants bubble action up in their beer.
No,
Ah!
don't overfill your glass now.
I thought it was a pint.
It is a pint.
Isn't this a pint glass?
Yes, Jesse's pint glass.
This pint glass must be a tinge under 16 ounces.
probably is.
Because there's still a little bit left in here.
Yeah, there is.
I better take a little sipski before pouring the rest then.
Man, we're taking a long time just to pour our beers. Sorry, listeners. Sorry.
Sorry.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
How does yours taste?
It tastes really darn good.
Is it got your attention?
Mm-hmm. It does. It has not only my mind's attention, but also my taste buds' attention. Wow, like half your glass is full of foam.
Yeah, I can't taste. I don't know how to taste it. I'm gonna let that settle. I'm gonna taste out of the can.
It's so good.
Let me try it. Let me take a little sipski of mine. Ooh. It was very foamy, but it's pretty good. Mine's it's not as juicy as I was anticipating, actually.
Yeah?
I'm gonna take another sip just to confirm what I'm tasting.
Go for it. Will it confirm?
Confirmed. It's still juicy. Don't get me wrong.
Confirmed.
Don't get me wrong. It's still juicy. But it
Is it
doesn't
kinda-
have
is
the
it kinda
sweetness
lighter?
to it. Yeah, it's very light. I think it's just really bubbly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's got this like light bubbliness to it. It's just kind of odd for an IPA.
And
I've
for
had
a-
some Belgian style beers that are like this, but not an IPA like this. I kind of like it. It's not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination, but it fits into the New England style. It's hazy, juicy.
True.
I wouldn't say it's very sweet though. I'm assuming yours is going to be sweeter.
Mine is very sweet.
What's it like?
It's kind of like biting into an orange and a lemon at the same time.
So it's sour? Mm-mm. Then what could you possibly mean?
Well, it's sweet, like an orange. But then, okay, I shouldn't say biting into a lemon as well.
I know.
I should say-
I called you out on that one immediately.
I should say, it's as if I cut open an orange, poured a little bit of lemon juice on the orange, and then also sprinkled a little hop on there.
Oh, so like a hoppy orange.
Like a hoppy, slightly bitter.
Orange.
Not really sour, but kind of that little bit of sourness that lemon gives you. Orange.
Yeah, that's a kind of a weird descriptor, but I like it. It's weird, but I like it. Yours is super hazy.
Yes, it is.
It's cloudy, which is kind of a...
Can't see through this glass.
I suppose it's not required of a
Sedimenty
New
as
England
well.
style IPA, but most New England style IPAs are hazy, which means you can't really see through them. They look cloudy almost.
I think there's... Oh, never mind. That was just
Some
a
little
spot on
sediment
my
and
glass.
stuff.
Well, no. Yeah, I think there is some sediment in there.
Yeah, I think it's some yeast strains and some other fun stuff. But New England style IPAs, I quite like them.
Yeah, they've been coming up recently, and a lot of breweries down here have been starting to brew them, and I've really enjoyed them.
Correct. I
So-
enjoy them as well.
If you ever get a chance and a brewery near you has a New England style IPA, give it a shot and let us know what you think.
Yeah, I believe it obviously it originated from New England. I think I read somewhere that one of the original ones was in Vermont. Maybe
makes
it was the
sense,
Heady
then.
Topper.
Could be.
Maybe that is a New England style IPA because that's a classic. Well, if our taste buds differ on these beers throughout the
Yeah.
episode, we will let you know.
Time to get into the other portion,
Yeah,
the tunes.
Let's delve in. Let's not dip our toes in the water. Let's go all in and jump in with this beast of an album that is in the Aeroplane Over the Sea
Okay.
by Neutral Milk Hotel.
Hotel.
So Neutral Milk Hotel. Let's get a little background up in these guys.
They've been around for a while.
Yes,
A lot longer than I had thought whenever
This
I recommended
album
this
came
for
out
you.
in '98,
Yeah.
and it was their last full length to date. They broke
really?
up after this. Yes.
Wow.
I think he got. I don't. I may be misquoting what I read, but I think he got a little anxiety from the touring and,
Oh,
and
really?
the critical some of the success and all that lifestyle. So they kind of disbanded.
Huh. Interesting.
Might not be right, but I believe that's what I read.
Okay.
My first encounter with Neutral Milk Hotel was in high school when I was co-arts editor of the Avenues.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Oh,
technically
yeah. Your
my buddy
high school is Avonworth.
Avonworth, yes.
Yeah.
So we were the Avon News.
Avenues.
Technically, my buddy John should have been the arts editor, but we just decided to forego that. And he's like, "Let's be co-arts editors." And I was like, "Yes, let's." And at one point in time, I think he gave his top 10 albums or top 5 albums of all time, and I believe he put this album on there,
Oh,
Neutral
really?
Milk Hotel.
Interesting.
And I was like, weird. This sounds weird.
What a weird name.
And then I know you gave me this album in college.
Maybe.
Either you did or he gave it to me.
I think John probably did. I don't think I did.
Okay, then he gave it to me. And I think I listened to 2 songs because I only recognized 2 songs.
Yeah.
The second and third track.
Okay.
But I didn't really pay too much attention until you recommended it for me,
Yeah.
and I delved into the background of the album quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it was only then that I found out the cult status of this album.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Before you go forward, my first experience with this album was in high school as well. My buddy Nigel Carlton really liked this album, or really likes this album, I guess. He probably still does.
Nigel Thornberry. Every time I hear Nigel, that's what I think of.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry to your friend Nigel. I know he's not Nigel Thornberry, but it's a great name.
Shout out to Nigel Carlton. But during his graduation party, he was playing this album on vinyl.
It's a very popular vinyl.
Yeah. And I was like, what is this? And he was like, Neutral Milk Hotel. And I was like, cool.
Cool.
And then of the album cover, he has like a half sleeve of the album cover.
It's a very iconic album cover. You guys have probably seen it before. It's this... I think it's a French picture that they altered slightly. It's got this lady like kind of like with her arm in the air, but they put this thing over her face so it almost looks like it's blank.
Yeah.
I've heard speculation that it's a potato. I've heard speculation that it's a tambourine. I don't think it looks like either of those. I just don't know.
I think it's just supposed to be like
just some blank,
just like a blank
portion
oval
over top of it. Yeah. But it's a very iconic album cover. You've probably seen it at some point in time. This band kind of like jump-started a lot of the what we know today now as indie music.
Yeah.
Like Decemberists were super heavily influenced by this. So many bands were like directly influenced or cite this band as being like their main source of getting their sound together. And these guys, it's hard to classify sound for them. Like there's folk, there's like grunge rock, almost like a punkiness to some of it. There's like psychedelic stuff, straight rock.
Yeah.
Indie, obviously.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
It's all over the place, but at the same time, it's very unified.
Yeah, I guess that's what makes like any band's sound unique and interesting is whenever it like sounds like a whole bunch of other ones.
Yes,
and so thus it becomes its own genre almost.
And after hearing this and knowing the Decemberists were influenced off that one album, Hazards of Love, I can see a little bit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Upon first listen, people may listen to his voice and be like, oh,
yeah,
that's a voice. Because he's very nasally, head voicey, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
I think it could be off-putting to some people.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. It's weird.
Same.
It's almost like the weaker than's nasally and high register.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very interesting voice. And a quick note. Well, yeah, I'll read this at the front. I upon my in-depth research of this album on Wikipedia, on Wikipedia, there were multiple sources. Even he himself, Jeff, I believe is his name. Jeff, what's his last? Mangum. Jeff Mangum has cited that the Diary of Anne Frank was a huge influence on this record.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but I won't analyze every song with that
lens,
with that scope. I won't scope that. I won't scope it out, yo. So I'm gonna put though tracks 1 and 2 are their own individual tracks. I'm just gonna lump them together.
That's fine.
Track 1 is called "The King of Carrot Flowers Part 1," and track 2 is called "The King of Carrot Flowers Part 2 and 3."
Yeah.
So it's like 3 different parts put into 2 songs.
Yep.
I'm going to give this a recommendation.
Oh, wow.
And I gave it a rating of 5 aeroplanes over the sea. It's not very unique, but I thought it was funny.
5 airplanes over the sea.
5 aeroplanes.
Aeroplanes. Oh, my apologies.
All right, so I'll just go over each part individually real quick.
Okay.
Part 1's really simple and straightforward. It's just him and the acoustic guitar mostly. And I want to say it's about growing up. It sounds like growing up, but it's got this weird dichotomy, like 2 different parts. Like there's like this one happiness about growing up and hanging out with someone where they discover each other's bodies, and it's like growing up. And then there's we have abusive parents aspect.
Yeah.
Like one stanza is like we're growing up, we're learning life, and then the next stanza is oh, mommy stuck a fork in dad's shoulder.
In daddy's shoulder, yeah.
And he threw the garbage all over the
floor, yeah.
Which I did read was autobiographical of Jeff Mangum.
Really?
Yes, that I believe that happened to his parents. He had some abusive parents. So it's got a cool different dichotomy.
Daddy's shoulder.
And it's catchy song. It's really catchy.
Yeah, I think so too.
And it goes straight into the next track, which is King of Carrot Flowers Part 2 and 3, with this nice little drone instrument, and then this weird banjo starts doing this little picking ding, 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 ding. And this is one of the songs I knew from high school.
Yeah.
Because he comes in singing, I love you, Jesus Christ. And he holds up. It's just really funny. Jesus Christ, I love you. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of interesting. And I read some interviews from the singer, and he said it's not really about religion per se.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of got really deep, and I didn't know what he was saying. But
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I can't remember, and I didn't write it down. But I know he said it's not particularly him saying like, "Yay for Christianity" by any stretch of the imagination. But it's really catchy, and that goes on for a little while and gets heavier and heavier. And I think it's kind of cool. He definitely hits all of his notes really well when he sings, but when he's holding out those long Jesus Christ, you can hear how unsteady his voice is, which is kind of nice. I was like, all right.
Yeah,
iconic singers don't have to be perfect.
Not perfect singers.
There's hope for us after all.
Yeah, exactly.
And it builds and builds into part 3 of the song, which is like chaotic and rambunctious. So it's like this, I'd say like a punky garage rock. And it's so distorted and fast, and it's up and over. And it's just, I think it's also about like growing up also and being born. A lot of people... I've read a lot of interpretations of this song where they refer to one line as being born, like he talks about, I'll float until I learn to swim. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But he has a line that says that, I'll float until I learn to swim, I'll spit until I learn to speak. Mm-hmm. And then the best one is my favorite, where he says, I'll shout until they understand what I'm saying. I think that's what it is. I'll keep shouting until they understand me. Mm-hmm. I don't think I got that quote 100% correct, but
it's the general idea.
The general idea. So it's those 2 individual tracks, which contain 3 parts.
Yeah.
Flow seamlessly, so I'm counting them as one song. Okay. That's my first recommendation.
Nice.
Pretty good, really good start to the album.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun, yeah. Song number 3 is called In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. Title track. Go figure.
Yeah.
Bands like to do that. This is the other song I also knew from high school, and it's probably, I'd say it's their most popular song, maybe.
I mean, I would think so.
Even though, like I said, this album's cult status, and I bet you a lot of people would say, they're all the best songs, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this one is the most radio friendly.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I gave this 5 Aeroplanes Over the Sea, and I recommended it.
Nice.
Very catchy, like I said, very memorable. And this is the first time we hear somebody playing the saw, which I think they call it the sing saw. I had to look up a lot of YouTube videos of people playing the sing saw. It's literally a saw that you would like saw a tree down, those big metal ones that are really flimsy. Yep. So what someone will do is they'll take the handle and put it in between their legs, and then hold the far end of the saw, and they'll make like an S bend. They'll bend it twice so it makes an S shape. And they'll play a violin bow on it and maneuver it up and down to change the pitch. Yep. Really, really unique. The first time I heard it, I actually thought it was a theremin? Is that what those electronic things? You know, theremin?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I thought it was that, and then I remembered you telling me about the saw on this album.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh, that's the saw. Yeah. For sure.
Yep, Nigel played the saw in the talent show.
That's pretty cool.
On this, I think they played this song. Him and I think it was Dylan Anderson. I think they played this song for the talent show, and I was like, that's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. You don't think people can play a saw as a musical instrument until you see it. And it sounds very unique, and it's cool.
Very, very cool, yeah.
It's got this high register, and it's kind of like got this like nice whining sound to it.
Yeah.
It's a cool instrument, and it's fitting in this song. It's a slower song. I was just reading about it. It sounds like a theremin. Thematically, I think the song's about fate. Kind of, and like accepting that we all die in the end. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a little bit more than that. He mentions Anna's ghost at one point in time, which I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's probably about Anne Frank.
Yeah.
Who knows? His lyrics are dense, to say the least.
In the aeroplane.
They're obscure. They're really obscure and out there, and it's hard to like on American Brews and Tunes. We don't claim to know what the songs mean.
No, definitely not. We just
unless the author comes out and says it, or unless the song says, "I walked to the store and I bought some bread." Obviously, we know what happens there. But
then I went home and made a sandwich.
Yeah, we know exactly what happens in that song. Yep. We like to advocate taking the song and interpreting for yourself, because a lot of music's made for the listener to interpret their own.
For sure.
We will never claim we know what they say. Having said this, I don't know what to interpret for a lot of these lyrics because they're so out there. I was like, "What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? There's a piano on fire in France? What's that mean?"
Yeah.
Because I mean, he obviously isn't. I don't know if that's literal. I have no idea. It's just it's so odd.
Well, I think you probably got it right saying it's kind of about
fate.
Kind of about fate. Yeah.
And there's obviously a lot more going on there. I just don't know.
This is the song where he's talking about a specific girl, right? Like, what a beautiful face I found in this place that is circling all around the sun.
Yeah.
It seemed, and he's saying, I think there's one line where he says like,
"What's
so
strange to be anything at all." You reference that line a lot. I know.
I like that line a lot. Yeah. But he also says like, "But for now we're young, so let's lay in the sun and count every beautiful thing that we see." I think is what the line is.
Saying, "Well, we're gonna die, but let's sit here
for now. Let's
make
enjoy life."
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's a pretty cool thing. There's no chorus in the song, which is kind of cool. Reminds me of some No Effects songs. It's soft, unlike the last song, because it comes from heavy, like punk grunge, fast to this nice soft.
It almost sounds like the other one was like an overdriven acoustic guitar.
It could have been. It's hard to tell. It's super lo-fi. The whole album's really lo-fi, and it's very intentional.
Yeah.
But it's sequenced very well. It's meant to be listened to front to back.
I love albums like that.
I also think I read there was a list somewhere. It's like the top 20 vinyl records you need to own or something. I think this was in
that was in them.
Like probably I don't know which, maybe BuzzFeed or Pitchfork. I don't know what it was, but it was a good list. On to track number 4, which is called Two-Headed Boy. Two-Headed Boy. I know it's a very popular song, but it's not my favorite. I gave it 3 aeroplanes over the sea.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Still a pretty good rating.
Yeah, it's faster, but it's acoustic. And I didn't complete my thought in my notes. I can't read what I'm saying here. It's hard to interpret. I said that faster but acoustic and voy. We don't know what I say here, but
in this portion, maybe Steve has worse handwriting than me.
Yeah, it's true. I do. I'm a fool. Which brings me to track number 5, which is called The Fool. This is the first instrumental which we encounter.
Yep.
It's got horns and all kind of cool stuff going on. And I've read a lot of people who interpret this as a march, like a death march. And they're like, it's to signify World War II, because all the Nazis, because the next song is very World War II focused.
Yeah.
I don't think it sounds like a march at all. It sounds like a nice, slow waltz.
Right. I mean,
it sounds more dancey than marchy. I can understand why people will say that.
I don't know if, we, coming from studying music, have probably maybe a different definition of what a march is. Maybe.
But I'm saying it sounds like marching prisoners, like the March of War. That's what I'm saying. People will say that it's to signify that. But every time I hear it, I just think waltz, dance.
Is it in 3/4?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
but that's okay.
Do you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
They maybe don't define march in the same way.
But I'm not defining it as a musical march. I'm just saying you know what I mean?
I understand.
I gave it 3 aeroplanes over the sea. There's another instrumental later, which I like a lot more. But
yeah,
perhaps it's to signify the war. Who knows? I don't know. But on to song number 6, which is called Holland 1945. I gave this 4 aeroplanes over the sea, and I wanted to give it an honorable mention, but I didn't.
Okay.
It's faster and rocky, definitely about Anne Frank, because there are some lines like they're talking about her, and the line says, "But then they buried her alive one evening, 1945."
Yeah.
Very descriptive imagery in this song, but
Yeah.
it's still very hard to openly interpret. This is the line I was talking about, the piano fire, where there's one line where it says, "Now she's a little boy in Spain playing pianos filled with flames."
Yep.
What the heck? Did she turn into a boy?
No, I don't think that's what it means.
Progressive. I like this.
Well, I think
We're good.
most.
He's ahead of his time.
Yeah,
Way to go, Jeff.
This is a 98.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir.
That's like the one thing that surprised me the most, because like whenever I was listening to the album, I never knew it was from 98.
Yeah, from
And
1998.
so when I think you told me, you were like, this album came out in 1998, and I was like, what? Like I thought this maybe came out in mid 2000s.
Yeah. After researching it and seeing when it came out, I was like, oh, this is old.
Yeah.
Well, not that 98's that long ago, but I guess in the term of music
In the term
currency.
of after listening to like this album quite a bit, and like hearing how
You would have thought it came out in high
sounds
school or
like,
something like that.
how much it sounds like it should have come out later than it did. You know, it was just surprising whenever I found that out.
Makes sense. Moving on to track number 7, which is called Communist Daughter. I gave this 3 aeroplanes over the sea. Slows down big time again because Hall in 1945 was super fast. It's pretty reserved and it's almost like dragging, like it drags on, like
Oh, you mean the
Drudgingly,
tempo
yeah.
wise, yeah.
It's got some strange, vivid sexual imagery.
Yep.
If you don't like vivid sexual imagery, this song is not for you.
Yeah, but just remember that it's not to be taken in a offensive way, though.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely not. But it's odd. I didn't really care for that song.
Okay.
I suppose it fit its purpose in the album, in the grand scheme of things. So I give it. I respect it, but it's not. If I'm ever going to come back and listen to this album, it's not. I would not pick this song.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't pick any of the songs that have a rating of 3 aeroplanes over the sea. But I would pick a song that has 4 aeroplanes over the sea, which brings me to the next song, which is called "Oh Comely." This song is 8 minutes and 18 goldern seconds long. This,
so great.
It's a chore to sit through this, but it's pretty good. It's slow and mainly
good.
acoustic. I gave this an honorable mention.
Nice.
Because I think it's if this wasn't track number 8 out of 11, I would say it's the centerpiece of the album.
Yeah.
But since it's so far back in the sequencing, I wouldn't say it's a centerpiece. But I'd say it's definitely it could be. I don't know.
The climax.
Yeah, it could be that.
Usually a climax
what's the word I'm
is
looking for?
3/4 of the way through a story.
His magnum opus, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Debatably. Even though it's not my favorite, I'd say I could see this. It's very melancholy, and there's some super graphic lyrics, even more graphic sexual lyrics about, I believe, his father's infidelity in the middle, and it's pretty graphic. Like, in reading some of the lyrics, I was like, oh, geez, that's...
Yeah.
Because it talks about his father getting other women pregnant.
Yeah.
But when he says it, he says, I think he says putting fetuses in women.
Something like that, yeah.
Which you normally think putting babies in women with the intent of having a baby. So if it put a fetus in there, is he like getting
there's like no connection to it.
Or are they like
just
aborting a child? It's a lot to think about when you. And it's kind of really. This is a super dark song.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also some nice stuff in the song too. But yeah, and I think Anne Frank comes back in the end. And some of the he makes some mention about that. And this song has multiple parts where it sounds like it's going to end, and it comes to what we call a Picardy third, where they're in a minor song and they end on a major chord.
If you've ever listened to Bach,
Johann Sebastian Bach,
you will be very familiar with a Picardy third.
Yeah.
Then
you've probably heard them before, even if you don't recognize what it is. And so it happens throughout the song at different parts. And at the very end, I want so badly for there to be a Picardy third.
I know, right?
But it doesn't happen. And Jesse's picking up a guitar. I believe he's going to show us a Picardy third.
Let's do an A minor. Then normally
you'd end with
like that. But then a Picardy third is
nice. That sounds beautiful.
ending on a major chord instead of a minor chord.
Yeah, and it serves a musical purpose depending on what you're trying to get feeling wise, or you could just do it for funsies.
Which Steve literally does whenever he hears a minor song He always does a pickety third just for funsies. Like that one time in choir.
Yeah, we had a song in choir that ends on a minor chord, and I always just raised the third to make it a pickety third.
But you just kind of like whisper sang it. You were just like...
Yeah, but one time our choir director, Dr. Bob, heard it,
heard
and he looked at us. He didn't know who it was, but he knew someone in our direction did it. So he looked over. He's like, "Who sang that?" And he got really mad. Like I think he was genuinely mad.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, who did that?" Come on, guys, take this seriously. Sorry, Dr. Bob.
It was so funny.
It was funny, but in this song, they have the pickety third happen throughout the multiple stops in the song, but not at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. And if you listen closely at the very end, someone says "holy" at the very end. Have you heard that? It's like screams it like you in the back. And I read it's because he did this, like the vocals and guitar all in one take.
Oh, really?
And they were like, "Wow," because they were amazed that he did that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, obviously, they went and overdubbed some other stuff, but the main vocal and the main guitar was all one take.
Just like sitting down playing it?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
For an 8-minute, 18-second long song, that's a feat.
Wow.
That's 2 feet. It's a couple feet. We'll give him a couple feet there.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
It's a good song. It's a chore to sit through, but it's worth it. Song number 9 is also an honorable mention for Aeroplanes Over the Sea for the song called Ghost. It's fast, and it's just a really fun-sounding song.
Yeah.
Goes, I can't remember any of the lyrics, but it's fast. It's fun. It's really catchy, and it builds really fast. And he's singing to ghosts, which he reportedly... They were living in a place that he thought was haunted, and so he like went into his bathroom and started singing to the ghosts.
Really?
Yeah. And so I think that's where part of this came. And I believe he's also singing to Anne Frank potentially at some point in time. Mm-hmm. This song makes me want to dance. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to get up and move my feet.
Oh yeah, this starts with dun 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 dun,
and it builds like the drums eventually come in.
Yeah,
but it's good. It's a good song. Give it an honorable mention. Number 10 is Untitled.
The other instrumental.
Yes, the second and last instrumental, and they call it Untitled. But I saw the track listing on the vinyl and the insert, I believe, and there was no title. Like it's
like not even called
number
Untitled.
9, Ghost. 10.
Nothing.
11, 2,
Yeah.
So it was just the number 10, and there was nothing after it.
Huh.
So is it called Untitled? Is there no title? I don't know.
There's no title, but they probably have to put something in.
Yeah, so it's a placeholder, I suppose. I gave it 4 Aeroplanes Over the Sea just because it's a really cool instrumental.
Yeah.
It's so much more exciting than the first instrumental called The Fool. And there's a bagpipe in this one. Everybody loves the bagpipe.
Everybody does.
If you don't like the bagpipe, then you're lying to yourself and to everybody. It's just so lovable. Song number 11, which is the last song on the album, is called Two-Headed Boy Part 2. I gave this one 4 Aeroplanes Over the Sea. It was almost an honorable mention. The Saw makes
another
appearance. I believe it's in one other song, but I can't remember. It's definitely in this song. And this might be the saddest song on the album. Mm-hmm. It sounds like it's like this someone at the end of their life, kind of like singing.
Could be, yeah.
And making some requests or some comments on life. But it's really cool. The last line of the song is, don't hate her when she gets up to leave.
Yeah.
And after that kind of rings out. You can hear him, Jeff, he sets his guitar down and leaves.
And gets up out of a chair.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice little, what do you call that when something happens in the song reflected in the lyric? There's a word for it, but I don't know what it is.
Yep. I think we had this dilemma before, too.
Yeah. Whatever. It's really worth your time to listen to this album front to back.
Yeah, for sure.
My first listen, I was like, "Oh, this is weird and terrible," and then I started to appreciate it a lot more. And then after looking at the lyrics, I appreciated it even more. Mm-hmm. And I think I'll like it each time I listen to it, like it a little bit more each time.
Yeah.
But it's iconic and it's got its cult status for a reason.
Yeah.
People refer to this album for a reason. It's still considered one of the best, what would you call it? Best album of its kind. I don't know, alternative folk, whatever you want to call it.
Like
let's say indie folk.
Indie folk.
Best indie album of all, one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
It's got that status for a reason. It's weird. It's really weird. It's some weird stuff. It's not the most accessible.
Yeah.
Like the most accessible song would be the title track. But I think it's worth everybody's time to at least check it out once.
Yeah, for sure.
Give it a couple listens and see if
well,
it's
yeah, at least a couple listens.
Yeah, it's worth your time to check it out. Even if you don't like it, doesn't hurt to listen to new stuff and give it a listen. If in the end you don't like it, that's okay.
If nothing else, you will like the title track.
Yeah,
Because
you'll probably like it. And at the very least, you can hear someone playing the saw, which is cool.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. We'll post a video of someone playing the saw on the
Website.
On the website. We'll either find, maybe like we'll put something on there so you can find it at brewsandtunespodcast.com. .com,
Bob.
but enough about that album. Let's punk it up a little bit, yo.
Yeah, why not? Now, for a punk band, they are quite philosophical.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised about. A lot of the lyrics are screaming.
Yeah, it's hard to decipher a lot of his lyrics.
Yeah, so once I looked up the lyrics, I was like, huh, this is all kind
Insightful.
of deep and insightful.
He's a pretty soft-spoken guy. Their singer's name's Zach Quinn.
Well, you can tell that on one of the songs.
Yeah.
Whenever he's not screaming.
Yeah.
It's funny.
But he has a solo record that came out with Joey Cape's 1 Week Records. It's just an
really?
acoustic thing. And
I think you had told me that before.
His chord choices are great. And
Really?
he sings very well and he's soft and he's got some insightful things to say.
I'll have to check that out.
But when you're listening to him full band with Pears, it's so heavy.
It is very, very heavy. Let's start off with track number 1, which is basically just kind of an intro
Yeah, I'd say it's an intro.
in a way.
It's an audio recording.
There's a really weird audio recording of this. I think it's like teaching shapes to a child.
It sounds like
It
it was
seems like-
recorded from my interpretation is they like ripped this from a VHS of someone's Christmas.
Christmas?
Yes, like a kid was opening a toy and maybe he like from a Christmas,
Yeah.
and that's why it got the title, which is
Green. Oh, Christmas 91.
yeah.
But the voice at the beginning that's like
It sounds like a mom talking to a daughter. Or
no.
a son.
The thing it says blue triangle, red square, green star.
It sounds like a kid's toy,
Yeah, that's what I was saying
Yeah.
at the beginning.
and it's like a mom with a kid, and they're
Yeah.
playing with it, and he's like,
And
"Green
then-
star."
And the little kid's like green star, and then the mom's like whose birthday is it today? And then the toy keeps saying green star, green star, green star.
They are not religious.
No,
It's
they're not.
very clear in one of the songs.
It is very clear in most of the songs.
Most of the
actually.
songs, but there's one song that's very about it.
You'll have to let me know when I get to that song.
Yeah.
So on to track number 2, called "Hinged by Spine." I gave this song 5 out of 5,
It's a cool song.
and I recommended it. It's so good.
It's super fast.
It's super fast, and this is after the first song where they're like green star, and then they come in with drums, and he's like da 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 da. Yeah,
So good.
it's super good.
If you want to know what they sound like, this gives you a punch in the face, and you have no more questions about what they're going to sound like after.
Yep, exactly. I believe that this song is about life in general, with slight moral references, and very existential as well. Because I think he's talking about life, kind of like ripping you open. Basically, like the chorus talks about being
open.
yeah, but in like the verse before the chorus, he talks about being like stuck in a bear trap, and then it like life like rips you open, like the bear trap like snaps back or whatever, and then that's where the title "Hinged by Spine" is like comes from. So the spine is a hinge basically, and but yeah, the chorus is awesome though. Hinged by spine.
It's a cool song. He's got like his voice.
Yeah, super good. So I recommend that song. Like Steve said, it gives you a very good idea of what they're going to sound like. Because it has a little bit of screaming in there and also some melodic singing as well.
I would forego the title of the next one. It's
Yeah, so would I.
A little graphic.
If you want to look up the title of track number 3, you can
Go
for
for
yourself.
it. It's pretty graphic.
Yeah. But there's a lot of screaming in this song, and I didn't really care for it, and I gave it 3 out of 5.
I like the last 1/3 of the song.
Yeah.
But it's really heavy and fast and quick.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
On to track number 4. This song is called "I Love My Kennel,"
But I love my kettle.
And this is another song that is also very existential and like about life as well. There's a lot of funny lyrics in here too. There's one lyric where he talks about, he's like, maybe I'll kick off my floaties once the pool is drained or something like that. So basically, the title, I Love My Kennel.
Like a dog kennel?
Basically, I would say it's talking about like
Safety nets?
yeah, like you
Securities?
yeah, like things that are comfortable for you, but they're also harmful, because they're comfortable and it, like you're not forced to do something new or like go out of your comfort zone. And then he's saying, "But I love my kennel." So yeah, things that hold us back or like hinder us, while being comfortable. So I believe they're saying that that's bad, that those things are bad, and that you should forego those leashes and kennels.
It's a good song though. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5. On to track number 5.
5.
Or 5, as us English speakers say. It's called Anadonia.
I have no idea what that means.
I think it's a name. It's just the name of a person.
Oh.
I like this song when he's not screaming.
He
But
screams
like,
quite a bit.
and that's not to say that I don't like the scream, because I do. But I believe that the reason I say that is because I enjoy whenever he sings melodically so much more than whenever he screams. I still like the screams,
Yes.
but I enjoy the melodic melodies.
Yeah, I think
More.
I think the melodic parts shine through more because it's not always happening. So
Yeah.
when it does happen, it's always
Yeah.
like a ooh moment.
Yep.
Which there's one song in particular that I always reference for that on this album. I'll get to that later.
Okay. I gave that one 3.5 out of 5. Track number 6 is called The Flu.
I've got the flu.
I love this song.
I got the flu.
I gave this song 4 out of 5, and it's an honorable mention.
Oh, nice.
It's a short song. I think it's like only about a minute and a half long, and I believe it is just a song saying that I have the flu.
I mean, it literally
That's
says,
pretty much
I got
it.
the flu.
I got the flu. I got the flu. And at the end of the song, it's pretty funny because at the end they say like, "I've got the flu," and then someone's like, just like start coughing or something. I got the flu. It's but anyway, if you want like a short song that is gonna be really catchy and heavy and fast,
Then get the flu also.
yeah, go get the flu. Go get the flu.
Go
On to-
get the flu.
The
Hey.
worst sickness.
It is real bad. It is real. I don't remember the melody of the song.
That's so bad for me. Anyway,
Track number 7.
on to the best song in the album.
I'd agree.
Track number 7. It's called Green Star, so it's the title track.
Oh, title tracks everywhere today, yo.
Yeah, now I realized that I should have grabbed a green pen to write my recommendation star.
Oh,
by-
there is a star right next to it, but it's not in green.
No, it's black.
That's fine.
It's a black star.
Oh, like David Bowie.
Yeah.
I would like to listen to that album one day.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
All right.
I believe this song is about losing someone.
Yeah.
And wishing that you had the strength to save them.
Yeah, I think that's
So,
a fair guess. Like in the
Basically,
chorus.
wasn't that one of the Neutral Milk Hotel songs about that too?
About trying to save someone?
Or not saving someone? Oh, maybe it's about losing
I
someone.
think it's definitely about losing someone.
Anyway, there's one lyric that I think kind of clearly states this. He says, "Alone, confused, with a body I abused."
Alone, confused with the body I abused.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he says.
Defeat, passenger seat, driver steals my voice, and wears my face. So just the fact that that's paired with the chorus, where he says, "I wanted to save you." Something about he didn't have the strength to save us both. So like it almost seems like it's about him being in a car accident with or like someone being in a car accident and them not being able to do anything about the person who died in the car accident while they lived, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But it's a great... I think it's my favorite Pears song in general. It's so
and
good.
Yeah, and that's where you hear his dainty voice as well. When he says, I wanted to save you. I haven't the strength to save us both. Do 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 do.
A ship is no miles out from the coast. It's so catchy. I love that chorus.
Yeah, it's just so good. Anyway, on track number 8, it's called Bug Aware. I gave this song a 3 out of 5, and I didn't write anything about it.
This is the definitely not religious song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you read the lyrics, you can find out real quickly. I usually skip this song.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember some of the lyrics.
Yeah.
There's like a chant that's going on.
Yeah.
They're saying, no, God.
Yeah.
No, God.
I was like, there's no question there.
Yep.
No question. We know what you believe, sir.
Track number 9 is called Partridge. And this kind of kicks off a couple of songs that are like below 1 minute. These next 2 songs are below 1 minute.
They're all fast, yeah.
Yeah, fast and below 1 minute.
Next song's really interesting, though.
Did you notice in this song, Partridge, there's a guitar line?
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Day Tripper.
Day Tripper, yeah.
It's this nice
so
sounding
weird.
song, and then they play the line from Day Tripper, and it goes in this really fast, heavy part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it throws you off.
It's really funny.
Super intentional. I think they did that on their first album with a different song.
And then it goes back into their song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Then we get into the vastly different.
Yeah.
Or, as Monty Python would say, and now for something completely different. Track number 10. The song is called, what?
There's a NoFX album where I think the first song is, and now for something completely same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
I remember that one.
It remind me of that.
This song is called Dizzy is Drunk.
Yeah, I don't know what the title is.
I don't know what the title means, but...
No screaming.
No screaming.
No drums or bass
no
or guitar.
singing. No drums. No guitar. No bass.
Only...
It's a solo piano.
Yes. A very
and
pleasant
it's
sounding
like really
piano.
it sounds like a classical piece.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, I like it though.
First time I heard it, I was like, what the heck? Who plays piano in this band?
Someone must. That's why I gave it 3.5 out of 5. Because I really liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice change of pace.
Mm-hmm.
A very awkward, abrupt change of pace.
Yeah, and then right after that goes back into it.
Yep. It goes right back into it on track number 11 called Snowflake. And this is another one of those songs that is very existential and asking the question, am I God or another oh gosh.
Jesse's handwriting is worse than mine.
Yeah. What is that word?
What is that word?
Am I God or
another such marionette?
No, it's not. Maybe it is such. Yeah, that's such.
Marionette.
Am I such marionette to built? Sorry. Am I God or another such marionette built to believe he is unique?
Oh, interesting.
So that line kind of sums up that song. I gave it 4 out of 5 in an honorable mention. Pretty darn good song. The next song, track number 12, is called Cloverleaf. Not the movie.
You mean Cloverfield?
Yeah, not the movie.
Yeah. The movie is
Exactly.
Cloverfield. This is Cloverleaf.
Exactly, not the movie. That's what I said.
Yes. We're in agreement.
I very much like parts of this song.
Yeah.
Again, it's the whole screaming thing. And again, not that I don't like it, but I think the beginning part where it's like more melodic and it almost sounds like a I don't know what type of music it is, but it's like almost like a alternative rock instead of punk rock.
No, I get what you mean.
And
It's different.
I like that more than when they're screaming in this song.
Yeah.
It's still really good though.
It's not my favorite one on the album, but it's not bad.
The next song, track number 13, is called The Tile of St. Stewart.
That was St. Stewart. This is a song where I really don't care for the first 2/3 of it, but the last third
The last
has this
part of it's good.
awesome melody.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. So I can sit through the first part of it just to get to that part. Because every time I get to that part, I'm like, oh, yeah, I like this music.
I mean, I could see that, but all I wrote down was meh.
Fair enough.
And I gave it 2 out of 5.
Fair enough.
Just because, I don't know.
It's your call. Your call, your ratings, dude.
Yeah, it is, dude. Anyway, so that song was okay. Or as I said before, meh.
Well, what about the...
On to
Wait,
track...
is there somebody here?
What? Hold on a second. Did I hear the same thing that you heard?
A doorbell.
Nah. You probably just read my piece of paper.
I did read a piece of paper. The paper that is your notes for this album.
The title of track number 14 is Doorbell.
Yes, it is.
As Steve has previously alluded to with his joke story.
With my illusion.
Yes.
Illusion. Who knows? Whatever. I think I'm using wrong words.
Illusion or illusion?
Illusion, not illusion.
Illusion, what's the difference? Illusion?
English lessons for another day.
No, illusion, I think I know the difference.
Want me to ask Siri?
Well, look it up. Don't ask. Well, I guess you could if you wanted.
My Siri is Australian, so I have to ask with an Australian accent. Siri, define illusion. It worked.
And it always gets it, yeah.
Designed to call something to mind without mentioning it explicitly, an indirect or passing reference.
Okay.
Yeah, it is
so
correct.
that's almost like a metaphor then.
One.
And illusion is like a
Master of
physical,
illusions.
Yeah, illusion that you can see.
Yeah, like a magician makes illusions.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't know how to word it.
Fair enough. Well, what do you say about this song, Doorbell?
5 out of 5 recommendation, boy.
It's a good song, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's super melodic. There's a really cool kind of like slower instrumental bridge. Mm-hmm. And there's one point which when he just says rock and roll, and then they like go back into the song. It's great.
But there's another change of pace after this one.
There really is. This next song, track number 15, is called "Jump the Poopin' Ship."
But they don't say poopin', they say the F word.
Yeah.
Well, they don't actually say it.
No,
the title says it.
It's just the title.
Because no one says anything in this song.
It's because it's another solo piano song. Mm-hmm. It's great. I love it.
Maybe they're saying they're jumping the ship by putting another solo piano song in.
Maybe.
It's another nice, peaceful...
Yeah, it's a really nice, peaceful, like, serene song. It's great. I love it. But in... I listened to my music in Google Play. Mm-hmm. And in Google Play, it has the little explicit E by the title.
Oh, really? Just because of the title?
I think so, yeah.
That's so funny.
Even though it's just, like, solo piano.
I guess it's explicit if you're reading it.
I guess, yeah. And to end it all, track number 16 is called Great Mount Ida. I give it 4 out of 5, and it's a pretty catchy song.
Yes, it is. It's a good album. I like it.
I think
I like Pears.
It took me a little bit of warming up to it. But
yeah, when I first heard it, like the title track and the first song are the ones that really stuck out. And the rest of it, I was kind of like, it's not bad. And then I listened to it more and more, and I really started to like it a lot. Yeah. But I like Pears. They just came out with a new split with a band called Direct Hit, and it's really good also. Worth checking out.
By split, you mean?
I mean, there's 6 songs from Pears and 6 songs from Direct Hit. Gotcha. And one song from each band is a cover of the other band.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Pears actually took a Direct Hit song, and they covered it, and they put part of another Direct Hit song in that song, and they also took a portion from a song by, what's that band where they wear masks? Masked Intruder. They took a Masked Intruder song and put that, so it's like 3 different songs in one almost. Just
what's
little
What's that one band where they wear masks?
I mean, like they wear like ski masks, different colored ones. They're really funny.
Funny.
Masked Intruder. They're ones that put them up, put them up, put them up.
I got a knife. Put them up.
They're funny. Well,
I'll have to check that out.
How's your brew treating you?
As it's gotten warmer, it's almost gotten like danker and thicker.
Yeah, I guess yeah. Mine, I can drink it now. There's no more bubbles everywhere. But mine,
True.
The mouthfeel is way too light on this. And when for those of you who don't talk about mouthfeel of beer, I guess we could explain that. It's essentially like is it thick? Is it light?
The consistency
How's the
of the
carbonation?
beer in your mouth, yeah.
And so it's really thin feeling and super carbonated. So like it bubbles up and it kind of dissipates really quickly. It's weird.
You'd have to maybe buy another one. Because like it might be that it's maybe a slightly bad batch.
I don't think so. I think that
Really?
might be it. I have no idea. I've had Belgian beers that do this. Like some, there was one Ommegang that really did
That's
it.
so weird.
Ommegang Glimmerglass. Do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic brew, but it was super light mouthfeel.
Huh.
But it's
If that's intentional, then that's not really a New England style IPA.
it is well. It doesn't have
It's
to have.
hazy.
It's hazy, and it's flavor. The flavor profile's right. It's just got this weird light mouthfeel.
True.
Maybe it's a unique New England style.
Unique.
Maybe they
New York.
unique New York. Unique New York. In my mind, I started messing up, so I just stopped before I said it. The best tongue twister is toy boat.
Yes, it is. That's a bad one.
Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat.
Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat.
Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat.
Because you
Toy
have
boat.
to, like,
Toy boat.
focus on
I ended up saying toy boat.
toy boat. Toy boat. Toy
Toy
boat.
boat. Toy boat. Toy boat. Toy boat.
It's
toy
really
boat,
difficult
toy
to
boat,
say
toy boat.
those two T's right
Red
next
leather,
to each
yellow
other.
leather, red leather, yellow. How now, brown cow?
That one's easy.
Yeah, I know. That's from Anchorman.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, what do you say we give our recommendations for next week?
You know what, Steve? I think that's a pretty good idea.
I will recommend for you an album called "Remain Calm" by the band Hostage Calm.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called.
Well, if it's not, you might want to look it up real quick. While I try to think of the one that I'm going to recommend for you.
Hostage Calm.
I'm thinking...
It's called "Please Remain Calm."
Oh, please remain calm. Okay.
I apologize for missing that one word.
I apologize for missing that thing that makes it sound nicer.
Please.
Please.
I left out my manners.
Yeah.
Manners maketh man. From that one movie.
Exactly.
Kingsman.
Kingsman. Yeah, that's a great movie.
It is. I wonder if the second one's any good. I think it
I
came out
hope
in
so.
theaters and
Golden
left.
Circle.
Yeah.
I just never knew that it was actually a comic.
I mean, neither.
It is.
Curious. Very,
Very
curious.
Huh. Now that we're in the British realm, I'll recommend my album for you.
Okay, what is it?
It is by a legendary artist.
Blink-182?
No.
Mark Hoppus has lived in England, so I made the connection.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No, this is David Bowie's posthumous. Is that the right word? Released after death.
I think he released it 1 week before he died.
Could be. But anyway, either way, it's David Bowie's album Black Star.
Yeah. Definitely his last album.
Which is definitely kind of like a goodbye album.
Yeah, so
Which is what I would say it is.
Funny you recommend that. I remember telling you at one point in time that
Yeah.
I would like to hear that.
That you'd like to hear
Curious.
something about a black star, yeah.
Okay, I'll give that a listen. I'll see what I think about that.
Very curious.
Yes.
Anyway, so final tally on this beer is that I would say, well, actually, I'll check it into Untapped after I finish it.
Yeah. Finish it and check it in. Mine's not bad.
probably
I
give it
don't know if
4
I
or
would give
5.
this again. I would give this...
If that's how it's supposed to taste, I wouldn't get it again.
I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste bad. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's
anyway.
let's give it the old magic, ye old catchphrasey.
Oh, the old catchphrase, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, get your cat right and put down my belt. For those of you who don't speak British, I said, let us give the old catchphrase and drink it down into our belly. Oh yeah, let's get your cat right and put down my belt.
Wrong in the belly. All right. Wrong, good, wrong.
All right, I got that. Let's get my belly. Okay, let's go.
Hey, let's get this rolled down in my belly and say the magic word catchphrase, and we'll be able to drink this beer rolled down in our belly. So let's get it on with that, okay?
Fish and chips.
Rightio then, old boy.
That's pretty cool. There are so many different dialects, and
Yeah.
different accents from England.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Anyway.
No disrespect towards the British. We love you guys.
No, we definitely love you guys.
Yeah, thanks for invading America, I guess.
Oh God.
Just kidding.
Oh man. Anyway, enough about history and whatnot. Why don't we clink and say the magic word to the present?
To the present.
Shibbity-beep-a-dow!
I'm going to drink all of my beer. Wow, that was delicious. Thank you guys for listening. My name is Stephen Johnston. And that laughing fellow is Jesse Titus. This has been, and at least for one more episode, will be American Brews and Tunes.
Oh, we should mention what we're doing for the next couple episodes.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do some little short episodes, just one album review.
Because we're coming up on Christmas.
Yeah, so we're
Christmas time. So we're gonna.
So potentially the next episode you hear might not be the one with Hostage calling David Bowie. We might be reviewing a
pup album.
Pup album, maybe Jeff Rosenstock. We'll see.
Yeah, it's kind of like an in-between thing, so we don't have to worry about recording a super long episode.
Yeah.
For during the Christmas break.
Yeah, so look out for those. I'm Mary Poppins. I'll probably take that out. Stop joking. I was quoting. Jeez. I was quoting. What's that movie called? Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. This is American Brews and Tunes. We're gonna sign off because this is getting ridiculous. Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Here's a theme song, you know it's not a mean song. It's a good song, just as it should song. American Brews and Tunes. Shibbity-beeby-da.